Hola! Getting into the Christmas spirit, hoy vamos a aprender español con El Grinch. This video will help you better understand Spanish dialogues and watch Spanish videos without subtitles. ¡Comencemos!
Se emocionan, se emocionan. Según parece, estoy aquí para aceptar una especie de premio. Y la criatura mencionó un cheque.
No dije eso.
Muy bien, entréguenme el premio. ¡Vamos, mientras soy joven!
Oh, no se preocupe, señor de quien júbilo recibirá su premio. Pero antes, una pequeña reunión familiar. Te vistieron, te alimentaron. Aquí están tus ancianas entremetidas.
¿Aún siguen con vida?
¿Cómo te extrañamos?
Ay,
Rose, el suéter, Rose.
¿Suéter?
Vamos,
¿De qué están
chicas,
hablando?
rápido, ayúdame
No,
a
es contra las...
ponerse.
No puedo hacerlo.
Sí,
¿Por
sí,
qué
sí,
no?
sí, sí. ¡Ah! Te quedará muy bien.
¡No toquen ahí! ¡Apártense!
¡Súbanla al trono de júbilo! ¡Abran paso!
¿El trono de júbilo? Yo no... ¡No me hablaste del trono de júbilo!
Por favor, señor Grinch, por favor.
No puedo hacerlo. No estoy listo, es demasiado pronto. ¡Ah!
Y ahora, señor de quien júbilo, el tradicional paseo en el trono de júbilo.
¡Bájenme! ¡En serio! ¡Los demandaré! ¡Pagarán una fortuna!
Let's now dive into the scene and break down the main vocabulary words. ¡Vamos!
Se emocionan, se emocionan.
Emocionan comes from the verb emocionar, which means to get excited or filled with emotion. It is conjugated in the indicative present, third person, ellos, they. He is simply stating that they, the people from Whoville, get excited when they see him. You will commonly find emocionar used as a synonym for excitement, but this word can also be used when filled with a different emotion like sadness or awe. The same way you would use the expression I got emotional. For example, me emocioné al recordar a quienes ya no están. I got emotional thinking about those who are not here anymore.
Se emocionan, se emocionan. Según parece, estoy aquí para...
Según is a preposition that has several meanings. In this case, paired with the word parece, it means apparently. It can also mean according to someone or something. For example, según mi mamá, yo soy muy inteligente. According to my mom, I am very smart. Según la Constitución, no puedes hacer eso. According to the Constitution, you can't do that.
Según parece, estoy aquí para... aceptar una especie de premio.
I love the word especie. In this case, especie means kind. It is commonly used when you're not too sure about that thing that you are referring to. For example, era una especie de animal. It was some kind of animal. Just like in English, especie is also used to talk about our own kind, the human kind, la especie humana, nuestra especie. Lastly, especie is also used to refer to a payment that is made without money. Pagar en especie means to pay with another object, a favor, or a service. Be careful not to confuse it with the word especia, meaning spice. It's a very common mistake.
Según parece, estoy aquí para... aceptar una especie de premio. Y la criatura mencionó un cheque.
No dije eso.
As you might have guessed, criatura means creature. What's interesting is that in Spanish, you will often hear the term criatura being applied to babies and small children. Just like in this case, where the Grinch refers to Cindy Lou as la criatura. I know that words that have similar meanings in English and Spanish, but are used differently in conversation depending on the language, and the context can seem hard to use fluently. What I always tell my students is to watch as much real content as they can, again and again. You can watch videos like this one, music videos, series, and movies that will train your ear and show you how to use words in context. However, the problem that my students commonly face with this technique is that video subtitles are awful. The vocabulary is not always great, and they have to constantly pause to find definitions and examples of what they just heard. That's why I think FluentU is the best language learning tool. It's a learning platform that teaches through real-world videos from series, movies, and more. They all come with interactive subtitles with definitions, example sentences, and video examples. There are even personalized quizzes that will challenge every single word you learn. What's so cool about that is that you will not learn textbook Spanish. You will learn from real conversations and actual Spanish, just the way it's really spoken. Check out the link in the description to get a 2-week free trial and get an edge to your learning. It will help you become fluent in no time.
¿Y la criatura mencionó un cheque?
No dije eso.
Muy bien, entréguenme el premio.
Entréguenme is the imperative form of the verb entregar, meaning to give something or hand something over. Entréguenme is made up of the third person plural entreguen and the pronoun me, which indicates that the Grinch is telling everyone to hand him the prize.
Muy bien, entréguenme el premio. ¡Vamos, mientras soy joven!
You will hear this word a lot, so pay close attention. Vamos means come on, like the Grinch. You can use it to hurry someone or something up, or ask them to go and move faster. However, vamos can also be an expression of encouragement. During a sports match, a competition, or an event, it's very common to hear the audience scream, Vamos, tú puedes! Come on, you can do it!
¡Vamos, mientras soy joven!
No se preocupe, señor de quien júbilo recibirá su premio.
Preocupe comes from the verb preocupar, which means to worry. The major is telling the Grinch not to worry porque recibirá su premio. Recibirá from the verb recibir means to receive. It is conjugated in the future tense second person, tú, or more formally, usted. Usted recibirá. You will receive. The interesting thing about recibirá is that it also means to graduate. I bet you didn't know that, right? You will often hear say, se graduó como abogada. But it would also be correct to say, se recibió como abogada.
No se preocupe, señor de quien júbilo recibirá su premio. Pero antes, una pequeña reunión familiar.
Pero antes literally means but before, although it makes sense to translate it into but first, and it is an expression used to introduce information before the current conversation continues. We'll explain that better ahead, pero antes we'll talk about reunión familiar. See that very subtle example? Reunión familiar is a family reunion or family gathering. Very common in Christmas. You will come across this term a lot in movies and series.
Pero antes, una pequeña reunión familiar. Te vistieron, te alimentaron. Aquí están tus ancianas entremetidas.
Alimentaron means they fed, and it comes from the verb alimentar, to feed. In this case, we know that the Grinch was the one being fed because the mayor says, te alimentaron. They fed you. The wonderful thing about alimentar is that it can mean not just to literally feed, but also nourish or cultivate something else. Yo alimento mi vida con la amistad. I nourish my life with friendship.
Te vistieron, te alimentaron. Aquí están tus ancianas entremetidas.
¿Aún siguen con vida?
¿Cómo te extrañamos?
Aún is an adverb that means still, yet, or even. In this case, as the Grinch says, aún siguen con vida, he is saying, are they still alive? Another example could be, ¿aún no te has suscrito? Have you not subscribed yet? What are you waiting for? Si te ha gustado este video, leave us a comment, like, and subscribe. Extrañamos from the verb extrañar means to miss. It is conjugated in the third person plural us, as the nosy old ladies are saying that they missed the Grinch. Nosotras extrañamos. Extrañar can also mean to be surprised by something strange. For example, me extraña que te vistieras así. I am surprised you dressed like that.
¿Aún siguen con vida?
¿Cómo te extrañamos?
Ay,
Rose, el suéter, Rose.
¿Suéter?
Vamos,
¿De qué están
chicas,
hablando?
rápido.
The word suéter is an Anglicism. This means that even if it's spelled differently, the word originated from English, sweater and suéter. In Spanish, you will find many words for suéter. In Colombia, for example, we call them buzo. In Mexico, they call it sudadera. You will also hear words like chamarra, cazadora, or campera.
Rose, el suéter, Rose.
¿Suéter?
Vamos,
¿De qué están
chicas,
hablando?
rápido, ayúdame
No,
a
es contra las...
ponerse.
No puedo hacerlo.
Ayúdame means help me. It is composed of ayuda, meaning help, and the pronoun me, meaning me. Who would think the nosy old ladies could be so mean? Contra means against or opposed to. In this case, the Grinch says, es contra las reglas, which means it is against the rules. You could also use contra when opposed to something. For example, estoy en contra de prohibir el chocolate. I am against the prohibition of chocolate. I mean, who isn't?
No, es contra las... No puedo hacerlo. ¡No toquen ahí! ¡Apártense!
Apártense is the imperative form of apartar, a verb meaning to get away, step, or move away. The Grinch is asking them, the people of Whoville, to get away from him. That is why this word is conjugated like this. He is telling them to get away. Ustedes, apártense.
¡No toquen ahí! ¡Apártense!
¡Súbanlo al trono de júbilo! ¡Abran paso!
Súbanlo means bring him up or hoist him up. Subir means to go up or climb up. Súbanlo is made up of suban, the verb conjugated in the third person plural ustedes, you, and the pronoun lo, meaning him. The mayor is telling you, ustedes, to bring the Grinch up the cheer chair despite him not really wanting to. What an awful politician.
¡Súbanlo al trono de júbilo! ¡Abran paso!
¿El trono de júbilo? Yo no... ¡No me hablaste del trono de júbilo!
You might be wondering what the trono de júbilo is. We actually wondered the very same thing, so we did a little research to find out. Whoville, the village from the Grinch, is a place that absolutely adores Christmas and celebrates it grandly every year. Every year, during Christmas, they celebrate the jubilation, el quien júbilo. It is a huge celebration where they crown a holiday cheermeister, el señor de quien júbilo. This is the person who embodies the Christmas spirit and brings joy to everyone in Whoville. They also get their own throne, which is the cheer chair, el trono de júbilo.
¿El trono de júbilo? Yo no... ¡No me hablaste del trono de júbilo!
Por favor, señor Grinch, por favor.
No puedo hacerlo. No estoy listo, es demasiado pronto.
The Grinch is clearly not too excited to be sitting at the cheer chair and doing everything that the holiday tree master is supposed to do. When he screams, es demasiado pronto, he is saying, it's way too soon. Pronto means soon, promptly or quickly. For example, espero aprender español pronto. I hope to learn Spanish soon. And if that's what you really want, we've made you a free PDF with all the amazing vocabulary we've learned. I really recommend you read it to really speed up your learning. So just click on the link in the description below to get it.
Por favor, señor Grinch, por favor.
No puedo hacerlo. No estoy listo, es demasiado pronto. ¡Ah!
Y ahora, señor de quien júbilo, el tradicional paseo en el trono de júbilo.
¡Bájenme!
El señor de quien júbilo is the holiday cheermaster. The word júbilo means cheer or joy, so it's a very fitting translation. As the Grinch, or el señor de quien júbilo, is hoisted up for his celebratory ride, he screams, bájenme, get me down. Bájenme is the imperative form of the verb bajar, meaning to go down or put something down. In this case, as the Grinch says, bájenme, we know that he means himself. The verb bajen plus the pronoun me, bájenme.
Y ahora, señor de quien júbilo, el tradicional paseo en el trono de júbilo.
¡Bájenme! ¡En serio! ¡Los demandaré! ¡Pagarán una fortuna!
Demandaré comes from the verb demandar, meaning to sue. In this case, it is conjugated in the future first person. Yo demandaré. I will sue. We know that the Grinch means he will sue everyone in Whoville because he says los demandaré, meaning I will sue you.
¡En serio! ¡Los demandaré! ¡Pagarán una fortuna!
Okay, ready? It's time to watch the full clip again without subtitles.
Se emocionan, se emocionan. Según parece, estoy aquí para aceptar una especie de premio. Y la criatura mencionó un cheque.
No dije eso.
Muy bien, entréguenme el premio. ¡Vamos, mientras soy joven!
Oh, no se preocupe, señor de quien júbilo recibirá su premio. Pero antes, una pequeña reunión familiar. Te vistieron, te alimentaron. Aquí están tus ancianas entremetidas.
¿Aún siguen con vida?
¿Cómo te extrañamos?
Ay,
Rose, el suéter, Rose.
¿Suéter?
Vamos,
¿De qué están
chicas,
hablando?
ayúdame, ayúdame
No,
a
es contra las...
ponerse.
No puedo hacerlo.
Sí,
¡Seguro que
sí,
no!
sí, sí. ¡Oh! Te quedará muy bien.
¡No toquen ahí! ¡Apártense!
¡Súbanla al trono de júbilo! ¡Abran paso!
¿El trono de júbilo? Yo no... ¡No me hablaste del trono de júbilo!
Por favor, señor Grinch, por favor.
No puedo hacerlo. No estoy listo, es demasiado pronto. ¡Ah!
Y ahora, señor de quien júbilo, el tradicional paseo en el trono de júbilo.
¡Bájenme! ¡En serio! ¡Los demandaré! ¡Pagarán una fortuna!
Continuemos. Let's now dive into this awesome clip from the series Friends. Vamos.